Most often you see designs like this and you wonder how these designs were made. So in this tutorial I'm gonna show you some simple tricks you can use to create this design. So let's quickly jump to Photoshop, create our document. This is for social media, so I'm gonna use 5 by 5 inches with a resolution of 200, and then we go. We are set. Let's quickly, and these are the sources I'll be using for the design. This is something I downloaded online. Let me quickly show you how I did that. Alright, so in your browser, you just type in praise icon. So scroll through, and then you look for something that resonates with you, that is going to add value to the whole design. So as you can see, this is the one I used. All right, I took the people out and then just used a cross and then the music icon. So pretty much that is how I did it. And then this is how I also search for my image. So I'll quickly type crying praise and worship. So I'll navigate to the image section, and then I'll select the tools, and then the sizes I choose large. This is gonna give you images with good quality. Okay, scroll through and see if you can have some that is good. But I think this one is okay. Yeah, so let's save it. Okay, let's download it. So pretty much that is how I download my stuffs, and then now we are set. Now let's create our color boxes. Okay, so now let's create the first part of the background. This is how I do my creation of the background, so follow this step carefully. Okay, now that you create the rectangle, navigate to the effects and then look for gradients overlay. All right, so this is where we start some cool background creation. All right, so with the style, let's use the radial, and then we position it and then adjust it to fit what looks good for you. Okay, let's sample the colors. You can use this, but I feel like let me use the lighter tone of this one. You can add another color just to make it blend more, you know. Right, so what I do is that I will duplicate the background, because most often you are not really sure of how the background is gonna come out. So we'll duplicate and then we rename this backup. All right, yeah. So now let's lock it and then we hide it for emergency purposes. Now that we have this, we can resize this and then we convert it to smart objects. Okay, then we are free to use it anyhow we want. Right, so this is set. Let's now bring our image to blend with the background. Kindly follow this step carefully, because this is where the trick really is. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section, and then I am readily available to reply to your questions. Right. Okay, so this looks good for me for now. Most often people would love to leave it this way, but what I do is that I will blend it more with the background. Okay, so first of all, activate the layer. So navigate to your layer styles and then I choose luminosity. Okay, that will make it blend more with the background. So let's lock it and then that's it. The background is set. Okay, so now let's add our text in the title of the flyer. Okay, right, so the first part of the design is set, so let's quickly add the other titles or the other info beneath. I must say this, people do not really work with white space. I don't know why, because they feel like it's too empty. No, but on the most serious note, as a professional, white space actually adds something to the design. Okay, it makes the elements have freedom, they kind of breathe, and so try putting white space. Just that make sure you have your arrangement right, and I assure you your designs will actually come out very good. Alright, let me quickly skip here too because it is syntax that I'm adding. Let's now bring the foot image. Let's scale this down. Alright, so now let's add some shadows to make it more realistic. What I do is that I create a new layer, bring it beneath the fruit layer, activate my brush tool, and then I just navigate to the color fill, and then I use a black, and then I create a brush effect like this. Now I'm going to hold my shifts and drag it this way, and now position it beneath the fruits that way. So some may leave it this way, but what I do is that I duplicate the shadow again, then I rotate it to kind of give it a 3D look effect. All right. And again, we duplicate it and then I remove it. So we would create another layer, clip mask it to the foot, activate the brush, and then we paint part of it like this. This is kind of giving it a highlight source. Alright, so now that so let's go with the overlay, and then we mask that. Use your brush and then you conceal part of the shadow, just like this, and then you see how this is coming. It is actually looking good. Now let's add some lights effects. So this is how I actually create my light effect. So I told you this is just some tricks and tips you can use to create a very cool background. All right, yeah. So now let's keep our fonts clean. Always when designing, make sure you go with just 2 fonts. Pretty much 3 is enough. Right, so this is how far we have come as far as this design is concerned. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the design, if there is something you can add up. And then this is just a bonus tip, okay? I have the PSD file, the Photoshop file, in the description box below, so check it, use it for your next projects. I am Abdul. Until then, I'm out.